Welcome back to Good Morning Kenya. Well, just from that interview with Ram, such a fantastic interview. We do hope that you have learned a thing or two. Just look out for those little telltale signs, and remember, hope is the last thing you need to give up, as just as Dr. Kathy Nyongesa said from that interview. So right now, we want to move things along. Feel free to interact with us through our social media platforms. The hashtag ever remains at hashtag Good Morning Kenya, our official station handle at KBC Television, my personal handle at Jane Momboy, and my colleagues as well at Ray Manyara and at Ram Aguko. So, right now, we want to move on to the next interview. And as we started, I did mention that we'll be having fantastic representatives from Rotary Kenya to just come and tell us more about the forthcoming rally that will be happening, which is all about celebrating and, accepting and making special needs children feel part of the community, feel loved, feel wanted and appreciated with all their differently abled ways. So to help me with discussion, I have in studio with me two fantastic ladies. I'll start with the one on my immediate left. She is Sylvia Mora. She is the public relations officer in charge of the Sunshine Rally itself. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Thank you for making time to be with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, and to my extreme left, I have with me Saumu Siraj. She is the assistant governor for Rotary Kenya.
Thank you.
Karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
We're glad you guys could wake up in time.
Yeah, thank you.
They were here so nice and early. I absolutely love that. Thank you for that. And we do hope those who have been waiting for this interview, it is finally here. So if you have any questions or any comments in regards to this interview and the rally itself, please feel free to send them in. Once again, the hashtag on Twitter is hashtag Good Morning Kenya. Maybe you could give us your social media handles that some of the viewers can be able to access you directly through social media.
For Instagram, it's at Rotary Sunshine. For IG, For IG, it's Rotary Sunshine. For Twitter, is Rotary_Sunshine.
Yes.
On Facebook, it's the 40th Rotary Sunshine Rally.
All right.
Yes.
So if you want to know more about Rotary that might not be covered here, you can always follow them on social media and ask those direct questions that you may have. So we've just mentioned Rotary in itself, and most people don't know what Rotary means. Is it someone? Is it a place? So let's just start by understanding what Rotary International is all about. I'll start with you.
Okay. So Rotary in general is about service.
Yeah.
So we are individuals with different gifts that we come together to make a difference in the community. So if you want to make a difference in community, you can join us, and together we can make a difference in our different areas where we represent. Yes.
I'd like to hear from you, Saumu.
Rotary generally is just a group of volunteers who come together. Some are professionals, some are retired.
Yeah.
They feel like they want to give back to the community. And it's an international movement. We have over 1.2 million Rotarians in the world with over 35,000 clubs.
Yeah.
And in Kenya, we are about 1,500 Rotarians with almost, say, about 73 clubs. But the best thing about it is that it's open to anyone to join. Yes.
And how long has Rotary been operational?
114 years?
114 years.
Yes.
Ooh. All right. And in the history of Rotary, it's always been about, you told me there was a tagline that all Rotarians live by.
Yes, service above self.
Service above self.
Yes.
What is the drive behind that in itself, not just from what it says,
Okay.
the real drive behind it all?
You see, in community, we all are here for each other,
Yeah.
right? There is something you could need and the other person doesn't know. So as service to you, I can be able to assist in different ways. And we also go by something we call the four-way test, so as to be able to interact fairly.
Yeah.
So we say, for the things you think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
That is the loyalty pledge right there.
All right, yes.
Yeah.
So, the four-way test.
Yes.
That is, once you think of those things, that is how, if you want to join Rotary, you need to be at peace with all those four factors.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Core, to the core.
To the core,
It's
like-
not a business.
No, it's not.
Because even you guys, I believe, are employed.
Yes.
You have your jobs, but you're also a member of Rotary.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have business people also,
Yes.
like in whatever aspect of your career it is that you are, at whatever point in life, so long as you want to give back to society.
Rotary is the place to do it.
Yep.
Now, for those who are wondering, fine, this is Rotary. I want to join. I am at peace with all this. What next do I do? Who do I go to? Where can I come?
You can reach out to us even on social media.
Yeah.
We can guide you according to which zone you are. You could be in Kisumu. We have clubs in Kisumu. If you're in Nairobi, maybe you're on the east side, the north side, then we have clubs in all these areas.
Yeah.
So you just visit, you get to understand what it is that we do. We need to see commitment. You have to prove that you're committed. Yeah,
You
and
don't
that
just wake
you're
up and
here
say, I
for
want
the.
to be in Rotary today. I'm in.
No, you can't just in.
Yeah.
We have to, like we've said, the ethos that we follow, your character. Remember, you're going to be joining others. So are you in walking the talk
Yeah.
like the rest of us?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're joining us for the right reasons? Because if you come with the wrong expectations, you'll be in and out within a short period of time. Yeah, and they're the expectations as a member. Because remember, it's principally giving back to society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an international club
Yeah.
and community as well.
Yeah.
So you did mention that those projects that Rotary takes on and does as part of what Rotary is all about. Maybe you could tell us some of those projects that Rotary International is all about.
Our projects are based on 6 focus areas.
All right.
What we do is engage in prevention of diseases. We have been number 1 in trying to eliminate polio in the world.
Yeah.
We are this close.
That close.
Yes.
This
This
close,
close.
yes. Other than that, we focus on promoting basic education and literacy. So you'll see us donating books, putting up libraries in schools. You'll find us doing projects in water, sanitation, and health. A lot of water boreholes and water harvesting is done by Rotarians in this country.
Yeah.
You'll find us out there trying to promote peace within our communities. We need it a lot, especially in third world countries. You'll also find us trying to promote maternal, child and healthcare. We are actually supporting the Beyond Zero campaign currently, largely, but we also have our own projects like putting up a maternity wing. We do medical camps, it's happening every week worldwide. And then what else?
That's the 6.
Yeah.
Economic development.
And economic empowerment. So we go around communities and find ways to empower them so that they can be sustainable and we get out of this begging culture.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, you just talked about all these fantastic areas of lives that you look to touch in the lives of people out there.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot to do this. What are some of the biggest challenges that you are facing as Rotarians when it comes to doing all these projects that your heart is in them, but it's hard to actually execute them? Or rather, it's not as easy.
It's not as easy. Okay,
Yes.
we have Rotary is very structured, which yes, we face challenges, but we have structures that we follow, which makes it easier. Not easy, but easier to deal
Yes.
with. Yeah. So we apply for the funding from
Okay.
Rotary Foundation. That is, if it is a global grant. Global grants have to be $30,000 and above. That's 3 million. So that's the cutoff. So then we have district grants. That's within ourselves, like in Kenya. And then now we have clubs. If it's something as small as going to a school, we can do it amongst ourselves. Then you have an officer, the lead person, support. Then what Rotary has, like different career people in it. Like I'm a graphic designer and brand consultant. She's into logistics and branding. So she will advise according to her capacity in that specific project. When I come, I will advise. You have QSs. So if we're digging a borehole, so architects, QS, anyone dealing with
Engineers.
that, engineers. So you give back through your talent.
Through the professions that you're in.
The different professions. So we ensure we try and have like all different areas covered. So it makes it easier. So because you understand your field, bring in your expertise. You understand yours, bring the expertise.
Yeah.
Then now you have the accounts people, of course, helping us with the bookkeeping and
Yeah.
ensuring it's well used. And yeah, so it's not as easy, but yeah.
It's
it is.
easier.
Yes.
All right, now, fine, you have a project, you have systems in place, but of course there are those people who are enemies of progress.
Oh,
Everywhere we go, you find situations where you are looking to do a fantastic project. Let's say you want to put up a library in a school. It costs this amount of money. You put your proposal together, you send it to Rotary International,
Yes.
the HQ.
Yes.
Yes.
They put the money together, then they send it. But now the person in charge of that specific project is not as straightforward as should be.
Okay.
Has there been such a situation?
We've had a couple, and we have systems in place to deal with that. So if there's any misappropriation,
Yeah.
your club will always be deregistered. No more grants. You have to justify, because we give reports, like we are audited. Every project is audited. When you start a project, you give it an account. You get an account specifically for that,
Yeah.
where they transfer the funds to. So the lead person, the top 3 people, are the ones to make sure everything is disbursed. You have to have receipts. You have to account for everything, and then they do checks as it progresses. So if you fail in any, you're given a grace period to sort it out. If you're not able to prove what happened to these funds, then you're disbarred, so to speak. So even the country can't get disbarred, but then now you're given a grace period to sort it out. So you have to give back. You have to refund the money
From your own pocket.
from your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If let's say I did it, if I can't give back, first of all, the pin goes back. You're no longer Rotarian. You gotta give it back.
Yeah.
Because it's an honor to wear
To
our
wear
pins.
one, yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, you're removed from the club itself, and yeah, the district will know this person can no longer participate. So even if you're cleared, you see, you've already gone against the 4-way test.
Yeah.
You've not proven yourself to be of trust in the things that you're saying and doing and all that. So we hold ourselves very highly, and if you're doing, you have to. It's not a place where you can just come and think, there's money here.
There's money here.
No, like we have
People-
microscopes to the latter.
So accountability and transparency is
Key.
Mm-hmm.
Very
for
key.
any member who wants to be part of Rotary, because at the end of the day, it's about giving back, not what you can get.
Yes.
That's the mindset you need to have when you want to join such a club. Because I think it's such a fantastic idea. Because we live in a day and time when scratch my back, I scratch your back.
Oh yeah.
Are you helping me? If you're not helping me, peace.
Yeah.
True.
All right, so now let's quickly go to the rally itself. Tell me a bit about the history of the rally and what it's all about.
Well, the rally started in 1979. This year is going to be 40 years.
40th anniversary.
Yes.
40 fantastic years of changing lives, bringing sunshine to just one day for this, we call them differently able children.
Yeah.
Because we have children who are mentally handicapped, children who are physically handicapped. Some are blind, some are deaf, some are dumb. And taking care of them on a normal day is a handful. So what Rotary has been doing over the years is just bringing them together on this one day and giving them lots of fun, entertainment, feeding them, and then taking them back home with gifts. It started in 1979 with about 700 kids.
Yeah.
It was started by the Manu Chandaria Foundation. Manu Chandaria is a member of Rotary Club of Nairobi. So because of that, Rotary Club of Nairobi took up the project. And with that, other clubs within Nairobi joined hands. Then we have other clubs from other parts. So basically, the numbers have been increasing. We have children coming from Nairobi area, Thika, Machakos, Ruiru, Kirinyaga, Embu, even Karatina and Nyeri. We've had numbers increasing over the years. Last year we had about 5,000. This year the numbers have hit 7,000.
I know, growing by the year.
Growing bigger,
And
better, but we are up for the challenge as
Yeah.
Rotarians. We are there to solve problems in our communities.
What has been the best part of this Sunshine Rally over the years that you have been part of Rotary?
First of all, you get to appreciate your life.
Yes.
You appreciate the fact that you are fully okay. You can walk, you can talk, you can communicate without any challenges, because we have all this. When we're looking at the physically and mentally challenged children, these are some of the challenges that they face every day. So we're giving them a break. You get to understand what it is that they do, how they live their life. Like that day you will help that teacher push the wheelchair of this child. So it's a break from them, all right? If it is the person with crutches, they get to stand, they get to dance, they get to be part of normal life. That is what integration is all about. It's
They
part
get
of
to be children.
Yes, they get to be children. It's part of SDGs. Remember, these kids, because of the limitations that they have, they always like wake up, go to school, get back home, because the parent is busy trying to fend for them. All right, so you're showing them the rest of the world, and we as Rotarians and even general public, you're coming to show them that we love you. Remember, these kids have self-esteem issues. I'm different. Why am I different? So we're showing them like, hey, we're all different in our own ways.
okay.
Like, come and it's fine. Like, let's boogie, let's do this, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just a day in the fun, like put them in the rides. We'll be having like bouncing castles, face painting, you know, like be a kid.
Go all out.
Just go all out and have fun. We also have like the rally cars coming on side, because of course you can't start taking them to watch Safari Rally and whatnot. So we bring them to them, the motorbikes, and you should see the excitement.
I
Like,
can imagine.
it's one of those moments that you go like, oh my God, you know.
Yeah.
So it's something that's usually very exciting and fulfilling. I remember after I went the first day, for personally as a parent with a special needs child, I was like, it was like encouraging. That's the other
Yeah.
thing. The child, you know, the times when you feel I'm doing so badly, then you see someone else and you're like, thank God. You understand?
Yeah.
So you see all the other different types of challenges that people go through, and you appreciate your portion that God gave you.
Yeah.
All right? So it's a life-changing experience. That's guaranteed.
What
It
about
is.
for you, Saumu?
Me too, it made me appreciate life.
Yeah.
It made me look at, understand differently abled children better. Growing up, I have just seen them from the sidelines. And then growing up country, they were always being kept away at the back of the house, being hidden, etc. And I appreciate that we are comfortable having them around us like everyone else, that I can sit and feed them, that I can hold their hands and dance with them and not feel weird about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, that made me understand what serving humanity is. When I first joined Rotary, that was about 7.5 years ago, going to 8 years. Then after, I think this was the second year when I now joined Sunshine Rally. It's never been the same.
It's never. And
Yes.
just to take you a bit back, why did you even join Rotary in the first place? And how?
It just happened. At work, I'm at work, my colleague tells me, let's go, there's a club called Rotary, we can visit and hear what they have to say. So I'm like, okay, let's go. It's evening after work. We go Jacaranda Hotel Westlands, and we meet these amazing and welcoming people.
That you don't know.
We don't know them, and when they introduce themselves, I am the CEO of, I am the MD, etc. And I am a nobody. I've just started my career, so I
Just
am a
there.
nobody. But these people are welcoming, treating you like equals and just warm. And then you listen to what they're discussing. Everything is structured and organized. So you listen to the projects they've done and the ones they want to undertake, and you're amazed. I didn't need to be asked to go back. For me now, I was at home, and well, I got there. Let me just say, I got there and I found myself in Rotary.
What about you, Sylvia?
Mine was a bit funny.
Tell us
I was-
about it.
My current mentor
Yeah.
came to my workplace. I was employed. So they were having an event, and I was asked to I'm in printing and branding, so I was asked to print the brochure. So I'm like, okay, what is this? So they took the time to explain it, but I was like, And you know the way you ask your friends, and they're like, hey, that's elitist, oh, you know, all the Illuminati stories, and I'm like, what? That's not the same thing I saw. So he invited me over to
Yeah.
the Rotary Club of Muthaiga, and he kept, okay, you know the way you get an email, you're like, okay, and okay, when I can, I went. I went like several times. I personally am very cautious. I was like, after the hearsay, you know how we are, then I'm like, this is not what people are talking about.
It's
Like,
absolutely
This
different.
is the it that I've been looking for. Like, you know, you want to make a difference in life, but then you're thinking, I'm just that a small person. What am I
Yeah.
going to do? Then you find these people who've come together, and you're looking at the projects that are being done, and you're like, oh my God, where have you been on my life, you know? So, and I was sold. So I kept coming, and yeah, finally, after, of course, when you're aligned with what is expected, I became a member, and trust me, for all the people who know, I'm like all in.
All
like,
in.
Some people think I'm employed by Rotary, and I'm like, you have no idea. It's all for the love.
Yes.
It's just for the love.
Now,
Yeah.
you did mention that you are a parent to a special needs children.
Two.
Or two of them.
Yeah.
Now, as a parent, what are some of the hardest times and that you have had to go through, especially when it comes to protecting your children from the society and how they address your children and how they look at them?
It's usually very heart-wrenching for a parent.
Yeah.
The level of ignorance that coming, and yeah, finally, after, of course, when you're aligned with what is expected, I became a member, and I trust me, for all the people who know, I'm like all in.
All
like,
in.
Some people think I'm employed by Rotary, and I'm like, you have no idea. It's all for the love.
Yes.
It's just for the love.
Now,
Yeah.
you did mention that you are a parent to a special needs children,
Two.
or two of them.
Yeah.
Now, as a parent, what are some of the hardest times and that you have had to go through, especially when it comes to protecting your children from the society and how they address your children and how they look at them?
It's usually very heart-wrenching for a parent.
Yeah.
The level of ignorance that we have as a society is astounding, to say the least.
Yeah.
We are very quick to judge. We don't take time to understand.
Yeah.
All right. So when you meet a nonverbal child, because most of the autistic mind are on the spectrum, one is high functioning, the other one is on the lower side of the spectrum. Meaning, like, the geniuses, the ADHD, very hyper, but if you tell them mathematics, they can, you heard of those special. Yes, then you have the ones who have challenges that even actually go physical. So when people just like eek, because you see, you'll notice, I remember there is the time, because of like his muscles were not well functional, so he would be drooling a lot.
Yeah.
And there is the height of it, the one that was the most heartbreaking, was we went to a restaurant, the way they have a kiddie zone. So he's excited, like kids are on the trampoline, my brother has gone. I'm like, hey, I can join them. He goes in, all kids go out.
Oh.
And you're like, how do I deal with this one? So he left, of course, like something must be wrong. Then when they go back, he went back. But this time round, one child came to me and asked me, like, why is your child weird? And I'm like, I've never been asked this question before. This is a child. How do I do this? But the way she asked it, you can see there was a lot of interest. At least she asked.
Yeah.
And I was able to tell her, we're all different. He's a bit challenged. He can't talk because of this. Because she was very clear. Why is he like having a gate? Why is he drooling? Why is he not talking? This is a child. Innocently asking. If we could all, as adults, take a time out of every 20 children, one is autistic. If you take a chance to just talk to them, let our kids understand, we'll be changing it from the root. Yeah. So those are some of the things that you can get to face as a parent. And then there is the medical bills. Trust you me.
Crazy.
You need like 300 a day for medicine. You need to have to pay for therapy because they have, for them to like speak, we have to take them for speech therapy. You have to take them for physiotherapy and occupational therapy so that they learn life skills. All this is just to enable them to be independent and kind of try and have a normal life. It can be perfect, but at least they'll feel part of like what we call normal in the world. Yeah, but it's not easy. Trust me, it is not easy.
So knowledge is a bit is a big problem, especially
Stigma.
for the society, because here you are trying to just create just one day for these children to just have it all. But the society isn't as accepting, as embracing, as loving to these children. Yeah? All right. And the rally is set to happen this month. You are targeting. All right. You told me.
As confirmed, now we need to do it. It's not, we have a waiting list actually. Right?
Confirmed, we even have to no longer accept more coming because we've hit the numbers, our threshold.
7,000. Last year it was 2018. It was 5,461.
Yeah.
And now you decided to go to 7,000.
Yes.
Yes.
When you have a goal, you have to keep pushing. When you reach it, it becomes your base. You set another and another. So we can say we've met our goal for this year in terms of, because all this has logistics. It's monetary. There is all that we need to put in. So that's why we're like, okay, if we take more than this, we might disappoint, and we'd rather just make it perfect for 7,000.
For this 7,000.
Yeah.
And these are children from within Nairobi and its environs?
Yes.
Nairobi, Machakos, Thika, Nyeri, Karatina, Embu, and Ruiru area.
All right. So now, still planning is still underway for the rally in itself.
Yes.
And there's still things that need to be attended to in terms of financing, manpower. Tell us a bit more about that.
Well, basically, we started planning way back in September. Planning involves arranging transport to pick the children and then take them back to their schools. There's getting food that we're going to feed them. There's breakfast, there's lunch, and those snacks they carry on their way back home.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's trying to get gifts that will give them to go home with. And then there's just arranging for entertainment for the day. And the basic logistics, the venue and etc. So still ongoing. We've had many sponsors on board and we are grateful for them, but we still need so much more. Like transport alone, we need buses to use within Nairobi. So what we usually do, we request an institution to lend us a bus for the day with the driver. We are happy to fuel if they can't fuel the bus, and then we take the bus at 7 a.m., return it back at 5 a.m. So looking for buses, we still need about 50 buses because we have 7,000 children. Especially for Machakos area, we have 1,500 children coming from Machakos area. So we need lots of yes, we need lots of buses from Machakos area. Yeah. Then gifts, we are grateful for some people who've donated gifts. There are people who've donated pencils. We still need erasers. We need sharpeners. We need exercise books. And we have kids who are coming in and they are blind. So if anyone has gifts for the blind, that would be a plus. We have the ones who are physically handicapped and can barely walk. Anyone would like to donate walking aids? We're looking at sticks. We are looking at wheelchairs. We are happy to receive them and give them to those children. In terms of food, we thank people like Naivas and a few other organizations that have come through Kajil, giving us wheat and oil and all that for food for the kids. But we still need water, so anyone can give us water. The bottled water, 300 ml, 500 ml would do. We still need yogurt. That would be an add-on to whatever we had budgeted for. So it would be nice to have yogurt for the kids. And additional milk. We don't have enough milk. We've gotten milk from Palm House Dairies, but we are still hoping to get more milk sponsors. Yeah. And
what about manpower?
Yeah. On the day before, for all the gifts that we mentioned, we normally have to pack it and have it like a gift pack ready for the kids.
And you'll be packing for 7,000 children.
7,000, yes. We have
per school, yeah, because we know this school has 73 kids, this one has 20, this one has 8.
Okay.
So we have to do packing and have them ready, like this school, this is the box, this school, this there. And then apart from that, we're having the Chapati Festival the day before as a fundraiser. We mentioned we're ready, we are willing to fill for the people who give us buses, all these shortcomings for water, for yogurt, what we call this, bananas are in fruits. We want like fruits. You know, we're handling kids, like we have lactose intolerant kids, so we have different needs. Like you have such those who can take milk, who take yogurt, stuff like that, and then those who take sugar. So we're trying to just take care of all these different needs, make sure that everyone is catered for without side effect. Yeah, so we'll need people for that, and then we're going to be making chapati on the 15th, just as a supplement. Jalaram has been so awesome to us.
Yeah,
they're buying the food and making it for 7,000
children.
Yes, so that's a task they have taken. So they're going to make vegetarian food for the entire lot. So we just need people to come help us make the chapels. So we'll have one stationary router and in Ruiru and at the Jamhuri Showgrounds the 15th from 9. So you can just show up. As in, if that's the least you can do, just show up. You can come with your rolling pin, or just, even if you don't have one, you just come. We have the people who will handle the health side of it, make sure your hands are clean, whatnot. You will be assigned different stations. So you see, we need packers for 7,000, and we still need skills for, you know,
spinning chapati.
At least 7,000 chapatis. You know, children can't just eat one chapati.
It's never enough.
So they at least need to be at least 14,000.
As much as we can have.
Yes.
And we've had great sponsors for Unga. They've given us Unga. We've gotten oil also. So using them, we're just like, if you can donate in cash so that we are able to make all these other cogs to make this wheel move and get perfect, we'll really appreciate it. But if you can show up, even on the actual day, you see, we're talking about before. We've not even said how we're going to handle the kids on the day. Because you can imagine when Machakos bus comes, we have a lot of them. Yes, and we have a lot of people on wheelchairs. So remember, we have people in Machakos. We send our Rotaractors to Machakos the night before or that early morning at 4. They're there. Then they will get the kids, carry them to their seats. Then load the wheelchairs
Wheelchairs
onto the bus on the top, on the carrier. When they get to the venue, have to
Offload the
offload
wheelchairs.
and put them in. So you can imagine
The manpower is really
manpower needed. That's why we're calling out, like, you have, it's a
volunteers.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Unajua ukika date Valentine's, it can be your Valentine's date, you know?
Backup. You know?
It can be your backup plan for that Saturday. Like, and it's very fulfilling.
Yes.
It is the most fulfilling. You go to sleep that day like, God, you know, we've done
That was
something.
the day.
You know, yeah. So if you can have time on the 16th, just show up. You know, that's all we're asking.
Yeah.
We're not charging you for anything.
It's absolutely
like,
free of
yeah,
charge.
just show up and say, I want to help. What can I help? I'm sure the committee members and Rotarians will be branded. So we shall be having like merchandise also for sale. So selling items also to raise funds for the same.
For the same, yeah.
So yeah, we're just trying to, we only have 10 days. guys.
So those who
10
are
days.
watching and they're like, I want to volunteer, but okay, social media, I'm not really big on social media. How do I get in touch with you, even today after this, to know how I can be able to be part of the course in advance?
In advance.
Yes.
You can go, you can inbox us on the Facebook page, Rotary Sunshine Rally. You can go to our IG. You can go to my personal, you can go to my page and just DM me, Sylvia Moram Chabo. I will respond. It's now a full-time job until it happens.
I know.
And then even on our Twitter handles as shared earlier, you can drop a message, either myself or someone will respond to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to donate, you can actually do it right now.
Yes. Please give us, for those who are not able to, be there physically, and you would love to be part of this fantastic course, just putting a smile on the face of a child, innocently born so, and you feel you want to just contribute to the course financially, you have some accounts set up.
Yes, we do.
Please tell us how people can be able to access them and the numbers if possible.
Yeah, we have Mchanga account where you'll get feedback on how much you've contributed immediately. So it is direct SSD is star 483 star 57 star